After months of silence, the story that shook an entire nation has taken a shocking turn. Menglong, the beloved actor whose sudden passing left fans, colleagues, and the public in disbelief, has been the center of speculation, rumors, and unanswered questions. For months, the investigation seemed stalled. Authorities provided little information, and whispers of conspiracy circulated online. The public was left with fragments, fleeting statements, and a deep sense of unease. And now, after months of painstaking work, investigators have announced a breakthrough. The suspect in Menglong's death has been found. From the beginning, this case was unlike any other. Menglong's career had been marked by talent, charm, and an ever-growing fanbase. But behind the scenes, insiders hinted at tension, financial irregularities, and personal disputes that were rarely discussed publicly. Fans and analysts spent months combing through social media posts, interviews, and appearances, trying to detect the subtle signs that something was amiss. And while most believed it was speculation, investigators have now revealed startling details that suggest the danger was real, and that Menglong may have been aware of it. The investigation leading to the suspect's discovery has been complex and meticulous. Authorities explained that they had to navigate layers of misinformation, destroyed evidence, and carefully orchestrated attempts to hide the truth. Digital forensics played a major role. Deleted messages, altered footage, and hidden communication channels were recovered and analyzed. Each piece of data contributed to the emerging picture of what really happened in Menglong's final days. One of the most chilling revelations from investigators is the degree of planning involved. The suspect, according to official statements, had been manipulating events long before Menglong's final appearance. Meetings were rescheduled. Files mysteriously disappeared. Security protocols were altered in ways that made observation more difficult. Menglong, perceptive as he was, noticed these inconsistencies. And according to sources close to the investigation, he may have attempted to warn those around him, or leave a trail for investigators, without directly confronting the threat. Leaked footage, which circulated online shortly after his disappearance, now plays a crucial role in understanding the suspect's motives and actions. In this footage, Menglong's subtle gestures, repeated glances, and controlled body language suggest awareness of someone operating behind the scenes. Experts in behavioral analysis note that these micro-expressions indicate caution, vigilance, and anxiety, emotions consistent with someone under threat. For the public, these signs were almost imperceptible, but investigators recognize them as crucial evidence. The suspect's capture has not been without controversy. Authorities explain that the individual had gone to great lengths to conceal their identity and involvement. False alibis, digital erasure of communications, and manipulation of associates all served to obscure the trail. Investigators had to rely on forensic reconstruction, cross-referencing multiple digital sources, and following subtle leads that might have gone unnoticed in a routine investigation. Every step brought them closer to the suspect, but the path was anything but straightforward. Details emerging from the investigation paint a troubling picture. The suspect is now reported to have had access to Menglong's professional environment, giving them the means to manipulate schedules, restrict communication, and control information flow. Financial transactions, previously unexplained, have now been linked to this individual. Allegations suggest they may have had motives tied to both power and monetary gain. For fans, these revelations add a painful layer to an already tragic story. Someone close to the industry may have exploited Menglong's trust. Authorities have shared additional evidence that explains why it took so long to identify the suspect. They describe a pattern of sophisticated concealment, encrypted communications, deleted digital footprints, and attempts to manipulate official records. Even colleagues who were close to Menglong reported receiving instructions to ignore or misinterpret certain events, a tactic the suspect allegedly used to stay ahead of any scrutiny. Investigators warn that without this new evidence, the case might never have advanced. The public reaction to the suspect's capture has been immediate and intense. Online communities are flooded with theories, discussions, and speculation about motives and what led to this shocking outcome. Fans express relief, anger, and frustration. Relief that someone has been apprehended, anger at the manipulation and concealment, and frustration that it took so long to uncover the truth. This outpouring reflects the depth of connection that the public felt to Menglong, and the collective desire for justice. Investigators also revealed startling behavioral insights about the suspect. They describe calculated methods of intimidation, careful planning, and psychological manipulation. The goal, it seems, was to control the environment around Menglong without revealing overt threats. Experts suggest that these behaviors contributed to the subtle signs captured in the leaked footage. Micro-expressions, evasive glances, and moments of tension were, in fact, responses to ongoing manipulation and surveillance. The story of Menglong's last days is now more than a tragedy. It is a cautionary tale. It exposes the pressures, manipulations, and dangers that can exist behind the glamour of the entertainment industry. It reminds the public that appearances are often carefully managed, and that even the brightest stars can be vulnerable to those who exploit trust. Authorities continue to caution the public against jumping to conclusions. While the suspect has been apprehended, the investigation is ongoing. Additional parties may have been involved, and motives are still being examined in detail. For the public, this is only the beginning of understanding the full scope of what happened. One of the most compelling elements of the case is the way Menglong may have attempted to protect himself, or leave traces for future investigators. Leaked posts, subtle gestures captured on video, and altered timestamps all suggest he was aware of anomalies in his professional environment. He may have tried to signal caution, leave evidence, or create a trail that could be interpreted later. These actions now appear eerily prescient, highlighting his awareness and foresight. Digital forensics teams have provided crucial insights into how the suspect tried to erase evidence. Deleted messages, altered metadata, and removed video clips all pointed to a deliberate effort to obscure actions leading up to Menglong's passing. But investigators, using advanced recovery techniques, were able to restore these digital footprints, providing a clearer picture of the suspect's actions and intentions. Public interest in the case has only intensified following the suspect's apprehension. Fans revisit footage, scrutinize social media posts, and dissect interviews for additional clues. Every frame, every phrase, every gesture is now examined in the context of the investigation. This renewed attention underscores the enduring impact Menglong had on his audience, and the persistent demand for transparency and accountability. The investigation has also revealed connections between the suspects.
Some